Hi, I'm Jo Hadley. This is my podcast, Being a Human Lighthouse. I am a somatic therapist and counsellor. I was a physiotherapist for many years, and with the training in both areas, I've discovered and been taught that within each of us is this inner essence or perfect version of ourselves. It's wise, it's whole, it knows how to access healing better than we do when we're just thinking about it with our minds and egos. Whether I was learning this through my counselling training or through the compassionate inquiry training I've done, or whether it was through the physiotherapy technique of fascia manipulation, each of them were teaching that we each have our own core essence that knows how to keep us in balance and healthy. As a physiotherapist, I used to tell people when I did fascia work that I was merely a plumber and drainer of the body, and I just removed the blocks so the body can heal itself. And now that I do somatic therapy online, instead of doing hands-on work, I'm talking to people and asking them to tune into the sensations in their body and link these to faulty beliefs and unhelpful patterns and programs that basically get stuck in our body and can create to a chronic stress reaction. I wrote in my post recently that I was doing a 28-day Ho'oponopono challenge after hearing a friend tell me how amazing things happened for her when she was using it. And I had used it before, but it wasn't a tool that I've used very often. So in a meditation a few days later, it came up to try for 28 days, do a diary online, and practice it for 28 days. I guess the worst thing is I will have a new tool that I will be really good at using by the end of the 28 days. And I must say that it is like day 9 now, and I do feel that it is helping me get back to more inner peace, more calm, more clarity, and allowing my nervous system to restore itself whenever I noticed I'm getting really stressed or tense or notice the reactions within my body. Everything I teach and deal with my clients, I also deal with within myself. I believe we're humans, and all humans have just accumulated all this extra energy and gunk and faulty patterns, all that cover up this true essence, this inner wisdom of ourselves. So now that science and spirituality seem to be merging, to me they're one and the same thing. Science just explaining a lot of spiritual principles. And the science is giving us a lot of explanations and understanding and a lot of tools that we use, whether it's breath work, there's different psychoanalytical tools to release trauma. The Ho'oponopono, there's numerous techniques, including just your standard, like nutrition and exercise, meditation, yoga, many, many ways to address this. There's never just one tool. It's always good to have a whole little toolbox filled with tools. So different situations will require maybe some other remedy or tool from the toolbox. So there's never just one way to do things. So I've decided that even though I'm doing my usual meditation, my usual somatic work, breath work, exercise and yoga, I've just added in the Ho'oponopono. And I do feel there is this extra presence, extra quickness at returning to a more equanimity. Can I prove it? Yeah, probably not. But that's what I'm feeling. There's always two sides to my personality. The scientific side that always wants to prove everything, and then the other open side that is just tuning into my inner wisdom to see what it is guiding me to do. I like to think I can peacefully coexist with both, keeping a critical eye on what I'm doing and challenging the tools that I use, but also being open to new ways of thinking, new science, new breakthroughs. There's a lot of interesting research coming out, and they have quite practical implications. And I've been a clinician, so I'm less interested in detailing the scientific papers or research, but more just teaching how to integrate it into your own life. And I use myself as an example because I use these tools myself. I'm human. I have accumulated ancestral and individual and collective traumas like everyone else. I think human beings are like a continuum. Along the continuum is all different layers and levels of traumas that we've got stuck inside our bodies that need to be integrated and let go. And on the top end, the far end, is if we've integrated them all, perhaps we become like Buddha or Jesus Christ or some of the other famous avatars that taught a lot of amazing spiritual and life principles. I don't know anyone that's reached those levels, but my intention is to be letting go of all my own external patterns and traumas and energies that I no longer need, that aren't helping me, so that I can access more of my own inner wisdom. And the more inner wisdom I can access, the more joy, the more peace, the more my digestive system and immune system can function. And theoretically, the healthier, the more vitality I'll have, the happier I'll be. Hopefully, I'll be more present. And presence is a really powerful catalyst for change in ourselves, and being present with others can also assist them to a greater degree to transfer or integrate the patterns that they have into something wiser, or allowing the inner wisdom that's beneath, the true essence beneath, to shine through. This week marks another week that I think is going to be what I call like the big Rubik's Cube of my life. I've often joked in the past, when I was much younger, that I could never make a 5-year plan. God only allowed me to have a 5-minute plan. And I've still like that. I don't make huge plans in the future. I used to have a friend many years ago that definitely lived by a 5-year plan. And if it works for you, and that's your path, by all means. Mine was always the 5-minute plan, because life was continually making me dance on a shifting carpet and upending me or changing things. And I've just learned to go with the flow as best as possible. Since 2020, I feel like these changes happen much more frequently. And I've got a lot of things going on in my life at the moment. There's a few different interesting challenges. And this week marks a point where, again, the Rubik's Cube of my life is turning and changing. So just when I feel I'm in a sort of place where I feel at peace, or I'm getting used to, or I feel safe, boom, we're going to change it, and we're going to up the ante and change the circumstances. So you have to change your responses. So again, I'm having an interesting week where I'm going to have some different circumstances to address. And I've been using the Ho'oponopono and all my other techniques to make sure that my nervous system stays as calm as possible and as clear in my heart and mind as I can to make the best decisions. unlike everybody else, change can be scary and stressful. So that's why it's really important to practice in the good times and the easy times, the meditation, the breath work, all the somatic tools, for when things suddenly change and become a bit stressful. You've got those tools already on your go-to list. It's not a chore. They're already ingrained. So for me, I know I've made huge leaps because much quicker I'm returning to going within, presencing my sensations, sitting with the discomfort and unpleasantness of what's going on inside. I'm meditating, doing breath work much quicker than I did in the past, and getting attached to some of the thoughts and the fears. Still happens, still human. Haven't reached my Buddha status yet, but I notice that I can stop myself from being attached to those really panicky fear thoughts much quicker. And I've realized this past 9 days doing the Ho'oponopono, that's been a really nice way to do it when I get attached to some sort of fear thought, to actually return me back to just clearing the mind and just feeling what I'm feeling and being present in the moment. Because all we can do is deal with the moment that we have. Can't deal with the next day because it doesn't exist. We only can live in the moment. The body lives in the moment. And it's good to remember that every trauma or pattern we've had in the past is present right here, right now. So everything we do to heal is best done with presence and in the present moment. So I've been quite proud of myself that I've returned to that much quicker than I have in the past. And everything's a journey. Everything's just learning. There is no end. Well, if I get to the Buddha status, I'll see if there's anything past that and I'll let you know. All right, so that's most of what I want to talk about this week. I thought I would return to my short healing meditation technique. It does ground us, get us present, leads us into the body to feel in and tune in some of the sensations, and then also ask the question at the end about who we want to be and how we want to feel. Because when we're dealing with letting go and integrating trauma patterns and the unprocessed emotions that are trapped in our body, it is unpleasant, and it's also just as helpful to also focus on how we like to feel. Because what would we like our life to look like and feel like if we let go of all these patterns and beliefs that are holding us back? And even if we can't fully feel or know what it would feel like to feel safe or free from these patterns, even just having the intention and the desire to know and imagine what it would feel like is healing. Because this is very general, if anyone who's listening gets triggered by anything, you suddenly find your stress levels rising, very unpleasant sensations, just stop, ground yourself. Anything with the 5 senses helps ground us in the present moment and can stop the overwhelm. The easiest is just feeling the feet on the floor or what the hands are touching, listening to sounds, or just focusing on one thing in the room and really paying attention to all the details. If everything's going fine and you're able to sit with a little bit of discomfort, I invite you to follow along and just see, how does your body feel now? How are you feeling now? And we'll check in again at the end to see if it changes. Okay, so I invite you just to get comfortable in your chair. You can close your eyes if they're comfortable. You can place your hand on your heart if you like to do so. Just notice your feet on the floor. Just feel how they're pushing into the floor and connecting you to the earth and the ground. And notice also how your whole body is being supported by the chair that you're sitting on. Just notice the physical, material world that's supporting you right now. And you can even imagine roots growing from the center of your feet to the center of the earth to really emphasize the connection that we are connected to Gaia, the earth, the material. And just imagine you've got a cord running from the crown of your head, extending right up to the center of the universe. That cord plugs into the center of the universe. So we're connected to the material below, the material physical world below, and the universe above. Now I invite you just to breathe, just low and slow, in and out through your heart. As you breathe as low and as slow as you can, you're filling up every cell in your body. Not only with oxygen, but with chi or prana, life force, all the information from the universe. And as you breathe out, you're just letting go of what you no longer need. So breathing in through the heart to activate the heart center, which creates the biggest bioelectrical field in the body, and it's what regulates all our cells, more powerful than the brain area. So as you breathe in and out through the heart, we're making conscious this area to increase its ability to come into harmony and to send out bioelectrical signals from the heart to help calm and soothe and regulate the rest of the cells in the body. So breathing in through the heart, slow and slow, imagining every cell filling up with the infinite wisdom of the universe, the chi, the prana, and the oxygen. And breathing out, letting go of everything you no longer need. Now I was going to invite you to just scan through your body and just notice, are there any sensations in your body? There may be areas of numbness, and that's okay. Whatever you feel is okay. There may be some areas you feel more than others. Just notice the sensations. You're not going to change them. You're not going to analyze them. You're just noticing. What is the body revealing at this point in time? Are these sensations neutral? Or are they pleasant? Or are they unpleasant? There's no right or wrong. And just be aware that unpleasant sensations is often just these unprocessed emotions, trauma patterns that are being held in the body. So we're just witnessing them and allowing them to be there. If at any time any of these sensations get too uncomfortable, just open your eyes and ground yourself. Now we'll just go to step 3. Again, just take 3 low, slow breaths in and out through the heart center. Again, filling up every cell with infinite wisdom and love and peace. Now let everything that you no longer need to release as you breathe out. After the 3rd breath, just imagine, what would your life feel like if you could live according to inner wisdom, your true essence? What would that feel like? you feel more safe? Would you feel more peace? Would you feel more joy? Would you feel more abundant? What would it feel like in the body? You may not see pictures, you may not know what it looks like on the outside, but how would it feel on the inside? That's the most important, because everything changes from the inside out. Feel what it would feel like to live from your inner wisdom and your true essence. Even if it's just a tiny glimpse of what it might be like. How great would that feel? Who would you most like to be if you were living from your inner wisdom and true essence? Now I invite you just to go back and notice your breath. And notice again your body. Just notice again how you've got your feet on the floor, how you're supported by the chair. Just notice the sounds in the room. When you're ready, you can just open your eyes. And just tune in and see, do you feel any lighter? Do you feel any different? Do you feel heavier? Has anything changed or shifted since the beginning of this short meditation? Just be curious and non-judgmental. And for another week, stay safe and enjoy being present. Bye for now.